Greetings, scientists. Today, I'm going to show you how to make squishy circuits. So who out there knows what a circuit is? It has something to do with electricity, right? So a circuit is a complete pathway around which electrons or electricity flows. It has to be a complete loop. So I'm going to walk you through how to make a very basic circuit, and then I'm going to show you a more complex one, and then I'm going to send you on your own to see what kinds of circuits you can create. So in your kit this week, you have the following materials. You have some Play-Doh, hence the name squishy circuits. We're going to be using circuits, or we're going to be making circuits with Play-Doh. You need your 9-volt battery. You have a battery snap, which connects to your battery. You also have these 2 metal alligator clips. And I connected your alligator clips to your wire. So if for some reason your circuit's not working, you can check to see if your alligator clip is hooked to just the wire. If it's hooked to the plastic part, the electricity doesn't flow through the plastic. So just make sure that your alligator clips are secure on your wire, just the wire part there. I'm going to put mine on. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and snap my battery snap onto the top of my battery. Okay, now you also have some pipe cleaners and a couple of foam squares and these kind of cool looking things called LEDs. Now, does anyone know what LED stands for? Light emitting diode. So electricity can travel through these LEDs and they can light up. So you have several different colors there. So we're going to start by making our basic circuit. So go ahead and open up your Play-Doh if you haven't already. You might be playing with yours already. Mine's blue. It's a pretty blue color. Okay. You don't need all of it right away. What you're going to do is you're going to make 2 medium-sized balls of Play-Doh. So about that size. About the size of a ping pong ball. Make 2 of them. Okay, there's my second one. So they're not perfect in size, but they'll do. And I'm actually going to move my camera down to the table here so you guys can see how we're going to put this together. Okay, so Play-Doh is something called conductive. Now, conductive materials are materials that allow electricity to travel through them. So can you guys name any conductive materials right off the top of your head? So we know Play-Doh is conductive. So anything metal and water, okay, those are conductive materials. Electricity can travel through them. All right, now we are going to connect our battery to the Play-Doh. So you're going to want to separate your wires as such, and you're going to plug one of your alligator clips into one of the balls of dough. You don't have to shove it in too far, just the tip of it. And you'll do that on both sides, as so. So now I have the start of a circuit here. Okay, so it starts at my battery where the electricity or the electrons are coming from, and they're traveling through these wires to the Play-Doh. Now, to complete my circuit, I'm going to use one of my LEDs. So go ahead and choose a color. So I've chosen a green LED, and you'll notice if you look very carefully at your LED, put this up to the camera, one leg of your LED is slightly longer than the other. So the longer leg is the positive side, and the shorter leg is the negative side. So you're going to want to match that up with the wires on your battery. Okay, so I know that the black wire is the negative side, so I'm going to plug in the shorter leg on the negative side over here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the positive leg, I know it's kind of hard to see, and I'm going to plug it into the positive side. And look, my LED, whoop, the leg fell out, is glowing! So we've made a complete circuit. Easy as that. We have the electricity flowing through the Play-Doh up through one of the legs of the LED, lighting up the LED, traveling down the other side, the other leg of the LED, through the Play-Doh and back around. So electricity is traveling through our circuit. Okay, now we're going to try something. I want you to push your two balls of Play-Doh together and see what happens. So squish them together. The light goes out. Now, I have to tell you something about electricity. Electricity is lazy, which means it's going to take the easiest, shortest pathway to travel, okay? So because it was going such a long way, it was going through the wire, through the Play-Doh, up through the leg of the LED, down the other side, through the Play-Doh, and through the wire. When you push your Play-Doh together, the electricity says, hey, I think it would be much easier to travel through the Play-Doh and around. So I don't have to go up the LED, down the LED. So when you pushed your two balls of Play-Doh together, that's what happened. It's called a short circuit. Okay, it took the shortest possible route. Now pull your balls of Play-Doh back apart carefully, and you'll see your LED light up again. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something called insulators. So what is between the balls of Play-Doh besides the LED? Just air, right? So air is actually an insulator. Air is something that electricity doesn't travel through very well. Okay, what are some other insulators? Something that electricity doesn't travel through. Okay, things like plastic, wood, paper, rubber, fabric, glass, those are all insulators. So in your bag, or in your kit this week, you had some foam pieces. So these foam pieces actually act as an insulator. They're insulators. Electricity doesn't travel through them. You have another conductor in your kit this week. It is a pipe cleaner. So pipe cleaners are actually just steel wire coated with like a soft fuzzy plastic. So does electricity travel through wires, through metal? Yes. So this is another conductor. So we're going to make a more complicated circuit now. So what you can do is you can go ahead and pull your LED out. Go ahead and pull your alligator clips out. And you'll notice some of your alligator clips may have turned a little black there. Because of the salt and water content in your Play-Doh, it causes a little bit of corrosion there on your alligator clip, but that's okay, it'll still work. All right, so we're gonna try something a little more complex. I'm gonna make a third ball of Play-Doh, and we're gonna make a bigger circuit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my 3 balls of dough here. I'm going to connect the positive side and the negative side to the outside balls of Play-Doh, just like that. And then I'm going to use my other conductor, the pipe cleaner, to create a pathway from this ball of dough to this ball of dough. Okay, now is my circuit complete? No, I'm missing something here. So I'm going to use a different color LED. I'm going to use a red one. And remember, you're looking for the legs and the length of them. So I'm going to connect my negative side, the shorter leg, to the negative side of the battery there, and voila! I've created a longer circuit. It's still lighting up my LED, but that electricity is traveling through that entire circuit. Okay, I have a challenge for you. Let's see how many LEDs you can put in this gap here until they don't light up anymore, until all the electricity is kind of being used. So I'm gonna plug in another LED. Oop, that one lit up. See how many I can plug in here. And they still light up. Ooh, this one's getting a little dimmer. Try my clear one. Ooh, barely lights up. So the electricity is having to travel through all of these. So because I plugged in the red one first, it's the brightest. It's using the most electricity. Okay, let's see if this yellow one even lights up. It's just very, very dim. So I could light up all 5 of my LEDs. Now I'm going to challenge you to make a more complicated circuit. So I'm going to go ahead and take apart my whole circuit here, and I want to create a creature circuit. So I'm going to create a caterpillar, and I'm going to use my Play-Doh, I'm going to use my insulators, and I'm going to use my LEDs. So I'm going to speed up the video, and at the end I'll show you or tell you how I created my creature. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but my lights are dimly lit. I've created a caterpillar circuit. So what I did is I just made 5 smaller balls of Play-Doh. I connected my battery into the either end of the caterpillar, and between each ball of Play-Doh I put an insulator so that the electricity won't flow through the Play-Doh. It is forced to flow through my LED lights. So I might shorten my caterpillar up just so that you can see the brighter glow from the LEDs. There we go. It's a little bit brighter. So the electricity had a lot of traveling to do with the 5 balls. So I shortened it to 3 balls of Play-Doh, and you can see the light much better now. So I want to challenge all of you to come up with your own circuit creation. Make an animal, make an object, make something very creative with your circuits. Have fun building. Don't leave your alligator clips plugged into the Play-Doh for too long, because it will create that buildup on the ends of your alligator clips, and it's really hard to clean off. So have fun. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or call me here at the library. Please make sure to return all your materials to the library as soon as possible. So that includes your battery, your battery clip with the alligator clips on it, the LED lights, and the Play-Doh. So please bring those back, because we can reuse them again later.